I used to play at this very park when I was a young, undocumented immigrant after getting my shots at the clinic back there, Pacific High Street, and back when the 7 train used to work. And now, as an engaged citizen, I work to address issues facing my community. Issues like skyrocketing cost of living, access to quality education, and dismal levels of civic participation. At a time when many of us have lost faith in the democratic establishment to provide results, Ms. Nixon and Ms. Ocasio-Cortez have given us a bold, progressive platform to rally behind, so that New York may become the leader in progressive policies, and not one of the last states to pass single-payer health care, debt-free college, and reproductive health care reform. It is an honor to introduce these women who reject money from luxury real estate developers and healthcare corporations that are driving up costs in our community, women who are advocating for better funding for our schools and debt-free college, and women who are actively working to diversify representation, giving us the opportunity to elect more women, more gender-expanding folks, more people of color. So much so when I hand out Ocasio literature, people think it's me on the flyer. With that said, let's please welcome fellow Barnard College alum, and with our help, the next governor of the state of New York, Ms. Cynthia Nixon.
Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for being here today. I'm really excited to be here in Queens today to endorse Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for Congress. And I am so honored as well to be receiving her endorsement today. We share so much in common. We are both insurgent progressives, and we both are rejecting corporate money, and we both are having people-powered campaigns that are deeply rooted in economic and racial justice. We share a vision for New York, for a better New York, for a New York for the many, not just the few, and that includes a Medicare for all single-payer system. It includes a swift, just transition to 100% renewable energy, and it includes abolishing ICE once and for all. Alexandria and I are two of the thousands of women across this country who have looked at who's in charge and have said to ourselves, if we really want progressive change, we actually have to stand up ourselves, and we have to bring it. And part of that includes lifting each other up as voices who speak out against intolerance and injustice. And we are, women all over the United States are fighting their own battles, and that's part of what I'm proud to be here doing today, because together we are taking on the status quo. We're taking on centrist corporate Democrats whose entire political careers have been financed by the political machines and by real estate developers and big banks. And certainly Joe Crowley and Andrew Cuomo are both so dependent on establishment support and on the mountains of cash that will allow them to cling on to power as long as they possibly can. But they are definitely out of touch and out of step with the younger, with the more progressive, with the more diverse Democratic Party of today. And I am so pleased to be here because New Yorkers deserve better. New Yorkers deserve better. And if we are going to elect more Democrats in 2018, we have to be sure that we're not just saying vote for us because we're not Donald Trump. That's way too low a bar. We have to be offering Democrats not just something to vote against, but something to vote for. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez represents the future of the Democratic Party. And that is why... And it's a very bright future. It's a future I can't wait. It's a future I want to be here tomorrow. And it's with such joy and such wholeheartedness that I endorse her as a progressive champion, a progressive fighter for New York's 14th Congressional District, and I urge everyone who is in this district to turn out and vote for her tomorrow. because she is a champion who will fight for the 14th district, and she will fight for all New Yorkers. So, Alexandria.
Thank you, everybody, so much for coming. Thank you, Cynthia. I think what is so important about today and this movement is that it is just that. This is about a movement. Cynthia and I were actually just sitting down with some local small business owners, and they were talking about the same crises that we're all having as families: skyrocketing rents, the cost of healthcare. And one of the things that we talked about was that the only way that you counter a machine is with a movement. That is the only way we're going to get this done. Movements are not done alone. They are based on our values, they are based on their issues, and they are only powerful when we come together. And that is why I am so proud to not only make sure that we're going to get this revolution and this change done tomorrow and make history, but we're also going to make history when Cynthia Nixon is our next governor for New York State. Because we are going to make sure that every person in New York and America has health care. We are going to make sure that every child and every single parent and every person who wants a college or trade school education can get it free of cost. Because we are going to make sure that not a single person is hiding in the shadows, that that isn't scared to go to the police due to a domestic violence situation or more, or something similar, because they are undocumented. We are going to make sure there is a clear path to citizenship. We are going to make sure that ICE is abolished. We are going to make sure that we have a Green New Deal with 100% sustainable energy, and that does not happen with one seat. It happens with all the seats. So it starts here today. It continues into November and September, but it also continues every single day, because every person in this audience needs to occupy seats too. Every single person. We need county committee. We need city council. We need state assembly, because that is what the revolution asks of us. There are future city council members right here. There are even playing on those playgrounds back there. Even playing on those playgrounds. And I think that it's not a coincidence that Cynthia and I both come from a world of education advocacy, because we know that public schools are the nexus for social, economic, and racial justice. They are the nexus of change for our children. They are the nexus of change for our future. And the only way that we're going to get that future is if we come together and have the courage to change the incumbencies that have not been serving us. We have to have that courage to change. Tomorrow we will have that courage to change, and we will continue to force that movement forward, because nothing stops a movement. Not an election, not a day, no matter the result tomorrow, nothing is going to stop the fight for social, economic, and racial justice. Nothing is going to stop the fight to abolish ICE. Nothing is going to stop the fight to pursue an equitable future for New York. And that is why we are endorsing each other today, because we are bringing this fight to New York State. We're going to take it to Washington, and it's going to ripple across the United States. Thank you. It's also reflective of the fact that in order to diversify our government, we got to take these seats. Yesterday, and it's funny because I feel like sometimes just running for something ambitious, you get that, there's that natural element. I think people say similar things about both Cynthia and myself. How dare she? And I think at the end of the day, it's because we are daring women. We are daring women. Everyone here is a daring woman or ally or gender expanding person. And we have to dare if we are going to make change. Because let me tell you something about institutional power. Institutional power supports the power of those who have always traditionally held it. Institutional power, it is unsurprising that government is so homogenous. It is unsurprising that government is held by those who have traditionally held that power. So if we're going to change that, we have to take risks. If we're going to change that, We got to expand our idea of what a candidate is. We need to expand our idea of what legitimacy is. We need to realize that fighting for schools means you can run for office. We got to realize that organizing on your PTA means you can run for office. We got to realize that risking yourself in civil disobedience means that you can run for office. That is what a candidate in 2018 should be. Because this isn't about following the rules or the status quo, because the status quo is what got us here in the first place. So if we want to get out, we have to have the courage to change. We have to elect Cynthia. We have to support this campaign. We have to knock on doors, and we have to do things that we've never done before to deliver this change for our communities. That's exactly what we're here to do. So thank you all.
Ms. Nixon, can I just ask you how you first came upon Alexandria? How did you learn about her campaign, and what were your first impressions of her?
My first, actually, I have a very politically engaged friend who told me I should go and I should check out her website, and I did. And I was so impressed, and I was, of course, struck by a number of similarities. But I was struck by her eloquence and her bravery. To just calling it exactly like it is, in terms of exactly what she said just now, that it's no wonder that government is so homogenous and that the establishment exists to perpetuate itself. And if we want to break the chain, if we want to break the cycle, we have to expand what our idea of a candidate should be, and who is allowed to hold office. And particularly in this state and in this city that is, the demographics have changed so much, we actually have to have people representing us who look like us and who come from us.
Yeah.
Are you supporting any of the other insurgent candidates tomorrow?
I am just supporting Alexandria today. That's all about today.